Can we start this off by harmonizing?
Yeah.
I'm just doing the last note.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Discount Podcast.
This is our 5th official episode. We've been doing
Wow,
this
this
for...
is the 5th one.
Yeah.
Yep.
5
I
weeks.
was going to say, we've been doing it over a month. I don't even think we've let that set in. But I wanted to start
Let
this...
that sink in.
Let that sink, guys. 2 seconds. Anyway, what I wanted to start this off by saying is we hit 50 subscribers last night. We're currently at 57 as of recording this, but just huge thank
Still,
you.
it's
We
an
had a big jump last night.
Yeah,
it's an
From like,
accomplishment.
what, 48 to 57?
Yeah, that Subnautica video
Which,
just...
you know, again, we're starting out, so that might sound a
Well,
little
okay,
insignificant
yeah.
to some
50
people,
subscribers.
But for us, that's a big jump.
That
It's
makes
very
us
nice.
happy. If you're coming from that Subnautica video, that's disgusting and you should clean up. But otherwise,
No, it's not.
no. Thank you though. If you discovered us from that, that means a lot. And
It really does. Especially the comments on the videos have been very...
They were very
Super nice.
I
Very-
enjoyed
Especially
looking
Subnautica
and seeing
peop-
people being like, you know, oh, this is the first game that I really got into, and I related to you guys because of that. I think that was very special.
yeah.
Little thing.
It's very sweet. And it's just nice because that's my favorite game of all
Yeah,
time. Like, that's how...
I'm the only one who hasn't played it.
it's in my top 3.
You haven't
I
played
have
it?
such a deep fear of like deep oceans.
You gotta play it.
Yeah.
I'll play it with you sometime.
You,
for sure.
yes. You...
for
you
certain.
must.
But
I guess I should... So, Subnautica... We talked about it on the podcast before, but Subnautica is my favorite game. It's a game where you are in the ocean, and you just have to get off the ocean.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I also
That's
say it
awesome.
every time. It's one of my favorite games. I love that game wholeheartedly.
It's dope.
I play it so fucking much, but
I have
yeah.
many hours.
I don't think we need to. Well, I don't know.
No, I've already said my piece about
Yeah,
Subnautica.
we've said it.
and,
We've said it many a times, but
How's your guys' day today? We kind of like just got home.
I had a really good day.
my day was very interesting.
Why is that?
Just I haven't had a lot of days to just kind of like do nothing. And today was very much a day where I just did jack shit. And
Played
so
some...
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I watched Lady Bird.
Oh, amen. That's a really fucking good movie.
I liked it a lot. It was pretty good.
Shout out to Greta Gerwig. She's a goat.
Yeah.
She directed Barbie.
Oh, gotcha.
I went in knowing absolutely nothing about it, and it was pretty good. So
Yeah, I really, really like that movie.
You play some Black Ops?
I did play Black Ops today. I was kicking ass, dude.
You
You
get that...
taking names? Sorry.
I was
No,
taking so many names. Speaking of taking names, you know who I just, not that I targeted him, but I kept killing one particular funny username, and his name was like the group name, and it was like Pimps, and then it said Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, yeah, you should kill him.
And I just thought it was really funny because, when he'd kill me, I'd get the kill cam, and it's like, killed by Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, that would drive me insane.
I like to
like, oh
imagine
my
he was
God.
LARPing while playing.
Right.
Like, he was like embodying the character.
He's like sending hate tweets every time he dies.
He's like, look what I did, Tobuscus.
Tobuscus, check this out.
And he's carrying like the same gun. It's like awesome.
Yeah, he's LARPing way. He has like the same scopes and
His
everything.
wallpaper on his phone is Tobuscus in him.
He's playing Black Ops with a VR. He's just
That's okay to say.
I don't know. It's funny.
Well, I mean, he's deplorable, so
Yes.
we'll move on.
We'll move on. We got some McDonald's today. After
Delicious.
after the whole E. coli thing, a lot of people are like, oh, I can't, I'm staying clear. It makes me want it more.
Yeah.
What E. coli thing?
Do you not know?
There's a huge McDonald's recall going on right now in our region because there's an E. coli outbreak on their onions.
Is there actually?
Seven
Yes,
people
dead serious.
died.
There- seven people
I
have
actually
died.
I take my onions off, so we're good.
You're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
you're chilling. But
7 people did actually die.
This is not a bit. Like,
Genuinely?
genuine thing that's going on.
Oh.
It's like the Jack in the Box, like back in the...
Back in the
It's
80s.
like the
Was it 80s?
No.
I was about to say, did Jack in the Box even exist?
It's like the Burger King lettuce or whatever the fuck.
Oh, the foot lettuce, yeah.
Oh.
Burger King lettuce, foot lettuce.
Number 15.
Number
Does anyone remember that?
15.
Number 15, Burger King.
Burger King
Foot lettuce.
Got it.
The last thing you
that
want
takes me
In
back
your
to
Burger
Burger
King
King
burger
burger
is
is someone
somebody's
else-
foot
fungus.
fungus. Fungus.
The fungus.
Yep, get some McDonald's. But that's gonna be a funny
Good
cut.
segue.
But McDonald's prices are cheaper now because of that. So that's why you got to go
Well, you know why they're cheaper.
because of the E. coli outbreak.
No.
Why?
The chicken Big Mac.
Kai Cenat?
Because of our
Yeah, it's Kai
our
Cenat.
new president.
I knew.
Oh, you're
I
right.
knew that's what you were about to say.
He's not, just kidding. He's not until January. We'll see.
Our new president, Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
The Rizzler.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Oh
the
my
Rizzler.
God.
How old is the Rizzler?
He's like 8 years old.
That makes
He's
me
gotta
kind
be
of
older than
sad.
8.
No, genuinely, I'll see like a TikTok of him, and all the comments are like, "I keep forgetting he's a kid and not like a mafia boss."
Well, yeah.
Well, it's just like
I don't think he's gonna.
I feel like fame when
That's what I
you're
was gonna
that
say.
young is just never really a good thing.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel a little conflicted because on one hand, like, get that bag, but also
Sure,
True,
of course.
true.
on the other hand, like, it has to go through his parents, and a lot of time that becomes a tricky situation when you get older.
Yeah.
And
Not a lot of child stars do very well.
He's not seeing that money. I guess he's like 8 years old. He doesn't really need it for anything, but like his parents are just the ones profiting from that.
And Jimmy Kimmel.
And Jimmy Kimmel.
so tell me, what's it like being the Rizzler? God, what a
We did this last
what a
time.
guy.
we
did actually.
We
Oh
did
my
do
God,
this last
I'm sorry.
time. I don't
let's
know. I just
see.
feel for him, man. I feel for every like child's actor.
Yeah.
Hollywood just sucks.
Hollywood does suck. Though
I guess
that-
he's not in Hollywood, but like you know what? It's the same sentiment.
Social media.
Yes.
It's an interesting boat to navigate. You
That-
know, like,
Sorry to interrupt. Do you have anything else?
no, go for it.
That reminds me. Basically, today I go to a workshop, and sometimes in that workshop we watch movies. And today we watched a movie I wasn't expecting to like. It's called The Fall, and I'll make this quick because the reason why it reminded me because there's a child star in it, and she like kills it. She's fantastic in the movie. But The Fall was like kind of like straight up unexpected masterpiece. Short version of this, watch the movie. It's great. But the movie basically covers, it's 1908, and there's a stuntman who does a stunt, and he breaks his legs, and he goes to a hospital. And the movie has
end.
2 parts. Yep, the end. The movie has 2 parts to it, though. There's, because basically, while he's in this hospital, a girl comes up to him. He meets this girl, and he decides to like tell her a story.
Girl.
And what's interesting about the movie, though, is most of the movie is not in the hospital. Only about 25% is. The majority of the movie is the story he's telling this girl. But the story, I don't want to say too much. It's really effective, and me and everybody else in that workshop were crying for like 30 minutes straight, just
God.
because the movie handles the theme of suicide super well. Great movie, go watch it. It's fantastic.
It's called The Fall.
It's called The Fall.
What year?
In 2006.
Okay.
Who stars?
I don't know. It's kind of it's not like an indie thing, but it sort of is.
Gotcha.
I couldn't tell you who's in it. It's directed by a guy named Tareem.
All right, everyone, go watch The Fall.
Tareem? Yep.
Watch Dreams Fall.
Someone said something about social media earlier, and it's been on my mind now.
I said.
What do you have to say
social
about
media
it?
is kind of a hard boat to navigate.
It really is. It's just, I don't know. I think social media has taken a turn recently. I think that, at least when I was in high school, so many years ago, it was a big thing of like, don't be a bully. Like, don't cyberbully, don't be mean to people online. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. For whatever reason, I feel like now it's cool to be mean. I feel like
Yeah.
it's very the norm to just be the most heinous,
Hateful.
the most hateful, spiteful person you possibly can online, and it's just become the norm now.
I will say, as nice of a person as I'd like to think I am, I definitely have become more of a hater over time.
Oh, same. I can
And I
say
definitely,
same here.
I definitely, do put my opinion out there a lot more than maybe I should.
Because I do the same thing. Like if I
Yeah.
scroll, it's just as simple as if you scroll and you see something you don't agree with.
And you just, I typically,
You just,
I
like,
type,
call it out.
Yeah, I type like that's the thing is that sometimes I will leave a comment, but it's the thing is people just need to learn to scroll. People just
Yes.
need to learn to not be like it's even as simple. And I have a big problem with this one specifically. If someone's talking about like a song that they really like, if someone's talking about a movie, don't be like this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
lol. Just like I think it's important just to move on. And it's ironic coming from me because like especially with songs and movies, I'm kind of like I kind of shit on a lot.
Yeah, I do.
But
I don't know. I think my taste is just so varied that it's hard for me to shit on a lot of things. Like I have my personal grievances, but outside of that, I'm not like
yeah,
I don't
for
know.
sure.
At least in that category.
I be shitting on stuff. I be taking like digs.
What's
at
your hot take on music?
my music hot take?
Yeah.
I don't have a hot take on music really. I was talking
do.
about movies.
Okay, what's your hot take on movies?
Get back to me in like 5 minutes. Let me think of it.
Okay.
Okay.
But my gist is, I just think that social media has become a very negative place.
Yeah.
If it wasn't always from the beginning.
In particular, Instagram. My God, what a hellhole!
Instagram is really bad.
It's almost like
They're all bad. Twitter's
yes.
the worst, but
Twitter's Twitter's definitely the worst. I
Sorry,
think
X,
Instagram.
Elon.
Yep, thanks Elon.
Yeah.
Twitter, you can play like this roulette game. You go to Instagram Shorts. Sorry, Instagram, not Twitter. You go to Instagram Shorts and just start scrolling any video. It doesn't really matter if there's any video that is like slightly. You think that someone would be mean? It's the whole fucking comment section.
Yeah.
It is top to bottom, like nothing but hate.
Even
It's crazy.
With that being said, like when I go onto Instagram and I look at reels, if I scrolled, chances are like 1 out of 2 that whatever I see is going to be the most fucked up thing I've
Yeah.
ever heard in my entire
Yes.
life. It'll be like a school shooter joke or like an incest joke or
actual-
a rape joke, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like what?
or actual like videos
Of people dying?
Of yeah,
Like-
exactly. Of things like that.
It's just disturbing.
I just don't think it's good for anybody, especially like young children who are
yeah.
starting like because it's a thing. A lot of people are just putting iPads in like toddlers' hands right as
Yeah.
soon as they come out they're coming out of the womb and people are putting it with the Apple.
They got their
fucking
like
Neuralink,
yeah, exactly.
their Google Glass.
I think that's why I do like TikTok a bit more, just because I have given it enough time to personalize my experience so that the shit I don't want to see isn't on there.
That's true.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
very true.
For sure.
I think people just need to not give children technology.
I think that's a
that,
big-
ridiculous.
that
Yeah.
being said, I think if you're under the age of like 15, 16, I don't think you need to be on an unrestricted network.
I didn't even have a phone until I was 15.
Yeah, I didn't have a phone until I was 14.
I wasn't
And
allowed.
That's the thing. I had a phone pretty early on. I didn't have like a data plan or anything. It's just I can say from experience, I don't think that having a phone that young necessarily did anything good to me.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I had an iPod for like music and texting my parents when I got home, and that was it.
Yep, exactly. I had a flip phone just for calling my parents.
Which
Yeah,
I think is the way to
exactly.
do. Flip phone until like, I don't know, 16, like you
You
said.
can still make
yeah.
your calls or whatever.
you can
but
text if you want to, but no social media.
No,
and I think
I don't
I
think
mean
so.
I think once you're to a certain age, like again, like in your mid to later teens, like you're kind of at that point where you're responsible enough to make the right decision.
Yeah, exactly.
And know what's right from wrong. Mm-hmm. But when you're, 11, 12, 13 and you have Snapchat and Instagram, you're going to be
Snapchat's a big one.
Snapchat's
a really
even
big
more
one.
just because of the capability of people just being able to like send risky texts
Yeah.
or
And it goes
nude
away.
messages
Exactly.
and it's just gone.
Yeah.
I don't know-
Unless someone saves it, because now that's a feature you can save.
But that
Snapchat.
becomes an entirely separate issue.
I don't know who
I
told
feel.
this to me. I think it was one of you two, but someone said that Snapchat, you just don't trust people on it because what you say gets deleted, like right after you say it. And I just
Exactly.
don't trust like that.
No, not at all. And it's just, I don't know. I don't think that there's any good that comes out of
Well,
a service where your pictures like get deleted after you
And
send
there's
them.
been
Yes.
a large. Don't get me wrong, because I used to really like Snapchat.
I did too. I used it all throughout
But
high school.
there was a large scam going around where people would essentially like ask for nudes, and then once they received them, they basically like dox the person with them and be
Yeah.
like, "I'm gonna send this to your whole family."
It's horrible.
You send them like $500, and like it happened to people I know, and like it happened to people my family knows, and it's like, well, Jesus, like that's just a very like you're a kid and you probably didn't know better, or you did know better, but you just weren't thinking. You're like, oh, well, crap. Like,
And because
what
of-
am I gonna do? Like, my life's over.
Exactly. It's one mistake that was born from social media, I feel.
Right.
That kind of just like ruins.
Yeah,
Ruins
And
everything.
I think for them, I don't know. I think if you're safe and you're using social media in the way you want to use it to, in like, how should I put this? In a way where you're not being harmful to others or yourself, I think that's completely fine.
For sure.
But there's just so much harm
Yeah.
capability with social media.
Definitely.
And that's what makes it bad.
I do think our generation, since we were, and this might be wrong, this could go both ways. I think our generation, since we were really raised on that whole technology bend, we were the start of the iPad kid, and we were
Right.
looking, and we can see how awful it is now. I do think when our generation has kids, we're going to be a lot better and smarter about it because we know what we're
Yes.
dealing with.
I agree 100%.
Though that could go the reverse way, and some people who are raised on it are going to have kids and they're going to think the opposite, and they're just going to throw a phone in their kid's hand.
It's tough to say
It
because
is.
we're not far enough to where like a lot of, I think that people gradually are having kids a lot later in life.
Yes.
I don't know if that's like statistically proven, but
I think that's true.
I think it's going to be tough because there is the whole aspect of it of, oh, my kid really he feels left out because he doesn't have a phone,
Yes.
or my kid doesn't feel connected because he can't talk to his friends
Well,
online.
and that's the thing. Like, now looking back at it, I'm like, oh, it's a really good thing I didn't have a phone until when I did.
Yes.
But at the time, I know there were times where I was like, why can't I have a phone? Like, all my
Exactly.
friends
Exactly.
have phones, and I can't call or text my friends, and they're all doing stuff, and I don't know anything about it. And it's like,
Exactly.
I definitely felt like I was out of the loop. Like, again, looking back on it, like, I'm glad that that was the case, but just when I was younger, it was definitely a big aspect of me just feeling left out because of it.
Yeah, for sure.
This whole conversation reminds me of a story I saw on like a TikTok. Thanks social media, but it was basically, I think I've told you guys, it was basically this teacher, and she just started teaching elementary school. No, she didn't. She was an elementary school teacher for like 30 years, and she got into school, and it was like this year, and she said, my God, kids this year, I don't know what it is, they can't do anything. They all have cell phones, and they're 7. They have cell phones. All they do, they don't listen to me. They just say like Rizzler Skibbity Kai Sanat, and they are animals. Like she can't control them, and she can't take away their phones because she's not allowed to. And I was like, that is horrifying. How do you even try to teach the next generation when they can't even focus and
Function.
they're
That's the
so
thing, like-
brain rotted?
Like, I look back on it now, and I was like jealous of my friends in their early teens who had phones. But looking at it, it's like when I was in elementary school, like it was a shocker if someone had a phone.
It was.
Yeah. And I was that kid who brought like my iPhone 4 to like to school every day in elementary school, and I'd like play Terraria Mobile like under the little cubby and desks. I was just like, but like it's different because now I feel like kids aren't playing Terraria Mobile. They're on
crazy
TikTok,
ass sites,
yeah.
and they're doing crazy shit. Looking at like a positive though, let's get a little nostalgic. You remember the old days of phones where you had like your Clash of Clans and your Minecraft Pocket
Oh,
Edition.
yeah, 100%.
And Minecraft Pocket Edition didn't have infinite worlds. They had the borders.
Oh my god, Minecraft Pocket Edition when it first started too, you couldn't play. I think it might even still be like this now. You can't play. No, definitely you can do it now.
It's infinite
You
worlds.
can't play with when it first came out, you couldn't play with other people online. You had to be on the same internet, like the
I
same
remember
Wi-Fi.
that, I remember
so you would have to
that.
go to your friend's house, connect to their internet, and then join their world
And I
through
think
them.
That stuff was so
Smart.
sweet.
It was so nice because then you were actually like sitting
I have, like,
with your
fond
person.
memories of sitting with like my sister and my cousins in my grandparents' house and playing Minecraft Pocket Edition.
It's so nice.
I was like,
I just remember the old sounds too when you get hit. The ooh.
I miss my favorite sound was always walking on cobblestone. I don't know why, but that OG cobblestone sound effect. But
We're getting scared of Herobrine. Just like
yeah,
no,
my
genuinely.
friends would always tell me they would change their skin to like Steve and hide behind a tree and crouch, so like their eyes would look white, and they try to freak me out. I miss that.
I did a thing. Me and my brother, our channel artist. My brother is our channel artist. I would play a lot of Minecraft Xbox 360 edition with him, and he probably knew this at the time, but if he doesn't, he's gonna be mad listening
This is
to
a funny
this.
story.
I actually, let me tell 2 stories about this. I used to go into the cheat menu and turn my skin invisible and just hope that he wouldn't look at the split screen on the top, and I would like set his house on fire, and then I would turn myself back non-invisible, and I'll be like, dude, Herobrine just like burnt your house down. Like, I don't know what was
That's so
happening.
funny.
And one time I made him so mad. He's not gonna like this. One time I made him so mad that we were playing Minecraft. I can't remember what I did. I think I killed him or something. And
That'll do it.
he took the 360 controller and he threw it as hard as he could past my head, and I dodged it and it hit the wall behind us and it shattered. Like, he hit it with such force
my
that the back
God.
of it, I'm over exaggerating, it was the back of it shattered, like the battery pack.
Yeah.
But
I love
still,
that. I love that
I
story
have a,
so much.
I think we all have good rage stories, whether that be someone else or ourselves.
Yes.
I can say mine in a second.
I'm gonna say mine real quick. I remember vividly, up until probably the age of like 11 or 12, me and my dad would play Madden, and I could never beat him. Like, he always had a way to just kick my ass. And so finally,
Madden's
I'm like,
hard.
okay, like, I'm gonna practice, and I'm gonna like beat him every time from now on, because if I don't, I feel stupid, right? And I think that's where I got super competitive, was just like my dad like shitting on me for Madden. So finally I kind of figured it out, and we'd play every once in a while, and I started beating him pretty consistently. And one day I was just mopping him so hard.
Your dad? Your
Yes, it
kill.
was
so
like
funny.
49-7. And
That's hilarious.
and I, my dad, when he gets angry, it's like that thing where you don't want to like push buttons when they're like already super pissed off.
Yeah.
So you kind of lean back and you don't say anything, but you keep playing. And I remember he had like tried to like punt the ball or something, and he fucked up the cursor, and so it went like 3 yards, and he remote across
my
the room,
God.
wings it, hits the floor, and like decks the wall, and then he gets up and he does like a fucking high kick. He's like, God damn it, and then he like kicks the air, and I to this day, like, my mom witnessed him do it because she was like around the corner, and to this day I'll like reenact it, and I'm like, God damn it, and like kick the air.
How old were you?
13, 14.
Okay.
Makes sense.
It's funny to me that your dad was doing, like, he was getting mopped by a 13-year-old.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he assumed that I would never be better than him at games. And then one day something clicked, and I was just like, okay, fuck it. Like, I'm going to beat you.
Yeah,
every
time to
from
show
now on.
him.
Right? And so he
man.
hasn't played Madden with me in probably 3 years now.
He's too scared.
Like, he genuinely, we
You're a
played
force of
enough
nature.
that I think he eventually like won by like 3, and he's like, I'm never playing you again. I'm ending on a win. And that was it.
Rematch him.
Yeah.
I try. He doesn't
what
want to.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyways,
I suppose it's my turn.
Yeah, I looked I looked right at you.
This is embarrassing because it's like it's still really recent, and I should be a lot better about this. But
That's okay.
I hide it really well when I'm playing with other people. But my gamer rage when I am alone, like, it knows no bounds. I am a fucking animal when I'm in my room just like playing something. And when you guys aren't home in particular, I'm like fucking screaming. But
don't even worry. I do the exact same shit.
But basically, a year ago, A year ago? A year ago. 2 years ago. It was about 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
It was Christmas of 2 years ago. I bought
Yes. 2 years.
Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
Wait, was it the first day you had the game?
No.
Okay.
But basically, I bought Sekiro like 2 years ago on Christmas, super excited, and
It's a hard game.
yes, that's what I was gonna say. Those who are familiar with Sekiro, you know that it is like fucking hell. But I love difficult video games, and I probably shouldn't because
Of the
of what happens.
Animal,
Yes, of the animal within. But I fucking love them. It's like a drug. I can't get enough. So I'm playing Sekiro, and I'm having a blast. And after like a week or two, and keep in mind, I'm like really angry. I'm beating the shit out of my knee with my controller every time I die to a boss. But I get to the final boss. I make it. And I'm pretty excited, and I very quickly realize that like this is fucking like the worst thing on the planet. And I go to bed one night particularly angry. I just like died, and I just clicked the off button with my toe and went to bed. And I was like, I'm gonna kill him in the morning. I'm gonna wake up over coffee, and I'm gonna kill him in the morning, and I'll have the whole day to do it. I woke up that morning, booted up the game, and the first attempt I died, and the force of like 1,000 Roman soldiers entered my body. I gripped the top of my monitor and used my controller like brass knuckles, and I just slammed my controller as hard as I could into my monitor. And as I did so, I saw my reflection, my furious reflection like doing it. I sat there immediately after, because the second it did it, my screen went black and then just like purple lines and shattered glass. And I was like, there's a hilarious picture. I can't put it in the podcast, but maybe like I'll post it in another video or something. But what were you going to say?
Well, it was just funny to me because the way I found this out is because I was like, hey man, can you hop on? And, like, can you hop on Fort or something? And you're like, so
I smashed my monitor.
I smashed my monitor to bits.
The sad thing, and something that I should have been a lot more grateful for, and why I shouldn't have done this and have a lot of regret about it. And to this day, I am using a piece of shit monitor, and like I'm very pissed off about it. 2 years of 1080p, like 30 hertz, but that monitor was like $300, and I spent my own hard work and time for that, and
That's
I
what the
lost
animal
it all.
inside does, man.
Yeah, so now I have a method of controlling myself. I just scream. I just go, God damn it! But
Instead of taking it on the controller, I just punt holes into the wall.
I noticed that like when I go in your room now, it's kind of like the floor is like covered in like drywall.
It's
Yeah.
just drywall on the floor and fist-sized holes. So it makes it like
I was gonna say, I thought it was like an art thing.
I thought it was your wallpaper at first, and then I went up to it and I'm like, oh, this is like there's a actual hole
sorry, I
here.
lost the security.
To be honest, though,
No, it's okay.
I do pick up some of your drywall sometimes and like crumble it up, put some water in it, and I eat it.
Dude, it
it's
kinda
delicious.
hits.
Oh, interesting.
It's kind of like bread. It's like a dough. It's pretty good.
Okay, that sounds pretty
It's
good.
what the pirates
actually.
used to do. So.
Like hardtack.
yeah.
You know, pirates used to eat hardtack in the dark. Fun fact of the day, everyone probably already knows this. Pirates
this
used
fact.
to eat hardtack in the dark because when it was on boats, there were like a bunch of like weevils and bugs in it, so they would eat it in the dark, so they didn't know if they were eating bug hardtack or not.
I remember learning about that. Then they'd get like mad scurvy after that too, because there's no
There's no
protein or-
damn fruit.
Yeah, so they'd have to like suck on an
Yo,
orange.
mama's mad scurvy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Little too far,
Yeah.
actually. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Dude, pirates are kind of
like
interesting genre.
like modern pirates.
no,
Modern
not-
pirates are pretty scary.
Modern pirates are
Modern pirates are lame, man.
They are pretty lame, actually.
modern pirates are just dudes on a speedboat with an AK. Like I
Yeah, exactly. It's not even a speed. It's like a rowboat.
Can I say something kind of sad about classic pirates?
Yeah.
They weren't really like how you think they are. That's kind of just like
They were just like British, weren't they?
they were just British. It's kind of like fiction that kind of made pirates the way they are. Except I love pirate fiction.
Did they drive big boats?
Of course they had boats, but they weren't
Like
really
big
like
ones?
they weren't really like the eye patch wearing, hook hand, swashbuckling thing you have in mind. They were kind of just like guys.
They were
They're
like,
kind of
"Oi."
just like sickly dudes in rags.
They were like,
Oi, love.
oi, Loafy, what you going, man?
I feel like it wasn't even that peaceful. I think they did a lot of pillaging. And,
They did, yeah.
Unfortunate things to unfortunate people.
They did do a lot of fucked up shit. There's a reason why they are
Pirates.
in our pop culture, but they're a little different, I think, in historical contexts.
I think I could do it.
I could probably do
Well,
it too.
that sounds bad after saying what I just said.
I think
but
I could be a weevil in hardtack.
I could be a cockroach on like a.
I could be like, whoa,
Oh, sorry.
did you just eat that bug?
No.
There's a bug crawling on
I did
our
not. No.
There was a bug crawling on our floor, and Dominic just picked it up and
Stop.
chewed it.
Stop. Don't tell it. Don't say that on air, please.
It's not the first time either.
I'm very glad we don't have video for this podcast.
Because
Because you know you'd be caught red-handed, and you'd get
No,
clipped.
that's not what I mean.
You'd
Actually.
get
Bug
clipped.
boy, bug boy.
Stop calling me that.
Bug boy.
No.
Anyway, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
I have no clue.
Oh,
Speaking of bug boy, I'm sorry, that's not a good. I don't
Careful,
actually have
man.
a story. I just thought
There's no story.
no.
I like bugs.
I wanted to emulate the corn boy story.
corn boy.
Corn boy.
What
You guys-
is? Oh,
What?
what were you gonna say?
I say you guys fuck with bugs.
Yes, and I was gonna ask, what's your favorite bug?
Really?
Yeah,
My favorite bug is the giant ossopod.
the giant isopod.
The giant
Yeah.
asopod.
It's technically not a bug, but it is an arthropod, so I think that it counts.
fuck
Brady,
yeah.
Brady, what's your favorite bug?
What is my favorite bug? That is a very hard question because I haven't really thought about that.
I think I know it.
You think you know it?
I think I know
I
your
bet you I've
favorite
told
bug.
it to you. What
Okay.
was it?
No, say it. We're gonna both say it on the count of three.
Wait.
Ready?
Okay, let me think of one. Let me think of one.
I think I know what it is. I know what you're gonna say. I just like got a feeling.
A common housefly.
Real. The
It
horse
embodies me,
The fly.
the fly on the wall.
Sam, you say yours first, and then me and Dom can do our.
Yeah, what's your favorite bug?
Okay, I think my favorite bug, off the top of my head, probably like a rhino beetle.
Yeah, rhino beetles are
fuck yeah,
dope.
fuck yeah. I have mine.
Okay, three,
Three,
two,
two,
one.
one.
Praying
Moth.
mantis. Damn it.
Okay.
Actually, I changed it. Tarantula hawk.
Okay,
Oh,
tarantula
fine.
hawks
Yeah,
are
those things are
awesome.
awesome.
Okay, Dom.
Yeah.
This is a question for you. If me and Brady were bugs, what bug do you think we would be?
Oh, I got it.
The Kafka fans would love this.
All right.
Right?
If you were a bug, Sam,
Yeah.
I think you would be a rhino beetle.
Really?
Like straight.
I
Like
can
You
see
think I'd
that.
be pushing shit?
that's a dung
That's
beetle.
dung beetle.
No, I'm just messing.
Oh, sorry. I had to raise my finger
Why
in
a
the air.
rhino beetle?
I don't know. I just feel like you're like a natural like leader. I feel like you're strong. I feel like you're strong-willed. I feel like you kind of resemble everything like a rhino beetle, kind of like.
Call me
Yeah.
Stop. Stop. Brady, I think you are.
a worm, a dirty worm.
No. What are you?
I'm sorry.
Okay, don't take this the wrong way.
Oh, that's always a
That's-
good segue. That's always
How
a
we
good
want to
start.
start this.
I think Brady's like. Oh fuck! This is hard. What
I
are you?
think
What are
he'd
you
be like-
grabbing?
Water.
Okay.
I think Brady would be like a. I'm sorry, you go first.
I don't know. What were you thinking? I'm kind of stumped.
I'm kind of thinking like a door ant.
A door
I
ant.
can see it.
Yeah, so they're these big ass ants, and then they have a flat head that like they basically
They're
like
dope.
they block. They're like defense for the whole colony, basically, and they like block the door with their heads.
The like the gatekeeper.
Yeah. Well, no, like not like that, but they're very interesting.
You gotta
bugs.
give me like reasoning like you gave Sam, because you gave Sam character traits.
Yeah, you gave me character traits, so I.
You
need
can't
to
be
know
based
what-
off of appearance strictly.
Okay, here's the thing. I know that you.
I think you're a stick bug.
I don't want to give. That's what I was gonna say when I said no hard feelings, but
Yeah.
I,
well,
I
you can't-
don't. I don't want to say like your guy what your guys have said as your favorite is, but I do genuinely see you as like a lunar moth. Because I feel like you go, it's kind of like a metamorphosis type thing. I feel like you kind of like, I feel like when you're first getting to know you, I feel like you're a little more like soft, like the moth,
Yeah.
like a little bit like the caterpillar. But then I feel like you kind of emerge from that. You
Yeah.
become the lunar moth. Like you see like all of your,
He becomes the Joker.
I did become the Joker.
you see just like all of your colors. you
Yeah.
know?
I think my lunar moth colors would be green and purple.
I think that's what they are.
Maybe with a big smile.
I think
Yeah,
that's genuinely what they actually are.
Are they
Brady,
really?
what bug would Dom be?
Yeah,
though?
what bug would I be?
Okay, let's think about this.
Let me rationalize this
Factually.
in my brain.
And
You
want-
would be the caterpillar from A Bug's Life.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Because I eat a lot.
Yep. Oh no! Don't eat me. I'm just kidding.
Now,
I think he'd be a dung beetle.
Fucking dumb.
Actually, I'm changing my answer for you. I see you as a spider.
a spider.
Yeah.
What kind
Why?
of what kind of spider? That's a very important question.
I think that you
an orb weaver.
I do like orb
I
weavers.
do
They're pretty
see
cool.
orb weaver because I think you're crafty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mess with that.
I think you're an orb weaver. Actually,
I mess with that, too.
I'm changing my answer. I like that.
I think you're a ladybug.
Why is that?
Because everyone likes you, dude.
Is that
That's
true?
very true. That's very true.
Nobody
don't know
gets
if-
like freaked out when a ladybug lands on their.
I was
guess
gonna
that's not true,
say-
but like when you see a ladybug, you're not like, oh, a ladybug.
That means a lot. I don't think everyone likes me.
I was gonna say a millipede.
I really like millipedes.
Centipedes are millipedes.
Millipede. Wait, I forgot.
Particularly-
Millipede is my favorite bug. I kind of forgot that they existed for a second.
I think you're a millipede because people take this how you will. People
I'm
and it's
taking-
almost like what you said about the moth thing. People will judge you for being the millipede, and you're like you hide under the rock and you dig in the dirt
Yeah.
because you do literally do that.
I do
I've
dig in
caught
the-
you bringing dirt into your room before.
It's fun.
You know,
Try it.
Okay,
Sometimes when I'm sad, I go outside and cover myself in dirt and pretend I'm a worm.
that's so real.
Would you still love me if I was a worm?
I don't know.
Oh, what the?
Oh, that's my phone. Why did it sound like a pancake smacking against like
I
someone's
don't
face?
think we'd have met if you were a worm.
Well, what if I turn into a worm like now?
I'd still
I'd
be
probably
obligated
fry
to take.
you and eat you.
Really?
I was gonna go a different direction. I was gonna say I feel like I'd still be obligated to take care of you.
Well, yeah. If we're speaking,
I think I'd cut you in half if you
I
were
think
a worm.
if you were a worm, I would put you on a hook and fish with you.
Okay, I fuck with that.
And then you could become the fish.
Well, then I would like take over the fish.
Well, no, but then
and,
you're
like,
just eating me, and then I'd eat you.
Then he'd become.
You're the
you.
fish.
No,
You're a
the
fish?
fish would feed me.
What fish are you, Sam?
What fish am I? What is this conversation turned into?
I think you're
Anyways.
the millipede because people might judge you at first, but it turns out you're a very sweet, lovable insect that,
Oh.
like your profile picture on whatever, is like adorable.
My personal
Guys,
channel.
that's kind of a.
You're making me blush.
That'd be kind of a fire thumbnail. All of us as our bugs.
A millipede.
Yeah.
An orb weaver.
Orb weaver.
And a rhino beetle. Yeah, I mess with that.
I think
A bug's life.
I think our channel artist could have fun with that,
I think that's gonna be hell on earth for him.
especially because he has like a day to do it. We
He
should
has
give him something
2
easier.
hours
Like,
to
literally.
do it.
We'll find something easier for him.
No, he can do it.
You could give him like the ultimatum. You could draw us as bugs.
It's either 3 bugs or you're fired.
Yeah, 3 bugs are your.
3 bugs or you're not. They found us.
Oh my god, there's cops.
Yep, dude. Scary.
Oof.
You guys ever read Animal Farm?
Yeah.
By George Orwell.
Yes, sorry. that's
George
not going-
Orwell?
I'm not going anywhere with that either.
Do you know the tweet that's like George Orwell? Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
What?
It's a tweet where instead of spelling George Orwell, they go Jorjor well. They're like,
George Orwell.
yeah, they go, what's the book by George Orwell? I think about that tweet all the time.
Hold on. I'm gonna look it up.
You might have to find it, but
I need to find George Orwell tweet.
George Orwell.
speaking of George Orwell, what do we think of dystopian books? Like classic
They're
dystopian.
my favorite genre.
I think they're awesome. I really like the themes. What's your favorite dystopian book? Better question.
Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah. I
That's
actually
like
haven't-
my favorite book of all time.
I have not read Fahrenheit 451. I think I have a copy in my room. I need to get to
Fahrenheit
it.
451 is. I think a lot of people think it's kind of maybe boring or kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But for me personally, the amount of detail and the amount of like world building that Ray Bradbury did with it to make it seem very futuristic but also like hopeless was
Yes.
awesome. And
Ray-
it's so good.
Ray Bradbury is kind of a fiction goat for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe best science fiction writer, to be honest. He's great.
He's very good.
The movie's even better.
Yep, with Michael
That
Ball
is-
and Jordan.
Yeah.
The maybe shittiest take I've ever heard in my entire life.
I never watched it. I kind of refused to. 'cause
It's
it
very
had
bad.
very,
We had
very
to
bad
watch.
reviews.
We watched it in our class after reading it.
It's very bad.
And it was like the 8th time I've read that book, mind you. So I'm like, I know this book like front to back, and it was rough.
Remind me, I have a piece about reading books in class, but I want to hear our favorite dystopian books before I talk about that. Do you have a favorite dystopian book, Dom?
No. Yes, Frost.
Frost. I've been meaning to read that too. That's been on my read list for a long time.
What were we gonna say?
I can't find a copy. Every time I look up Frost, I look it up once a month. Every
It's
time I
not
look
very
up Frost,
popular. It's kind of niche.
There's like 8 books that come up. You need to figure out the author. 'cause I
So
wanna read that.
Frost is a book about a girl, and they live in.
Sorry.
They live in like it's like post-apocalyptic. I can't remember why it's that way, but things are just kind of like gone to shit. And robots, I think, are the main part of that because there's robots, and she has a robot, but the robot goes in and out of the robot personality and her father, because her father created all the robots and uploaded like his Neuralink into the robot's brain. But when her dad takes over the robot can't move. So she kind of just has to like pick and choose. Like if it's turning into her dad, she's like, well, fuck, I have to bunker down here. And
That's actually cool.
The robot personality is very cool. He's just very like he's the guardian of her kind of. And yeah, that's all I'll say because it's genuinely it's a very interesting
Yeah.
world. It's very good worlds building.
I like the title too. I imagine there's a winter setting.
Actually, no, that's the girl's name.
Oh, that makes more sense.
At least I'm pretty sure. It's been many years. I'm gonna try finding the author while you guys say yours.
My piece, God, clear my throat. Let's see. My favorite dystopian book isn't a traditional dystopian book. It's more of a post-apocalyptic book. It's Cormac McCarthy's The Road.
Oh yes.
For those
yes.
who are unfamiliar with McCarthy, or my relationship with McCarthy, he's my favorite author. I've
my
read
lover.
like what was that?
Huh?
Goboshkop?
Goboshkop?
I actually didn't hear what you said.
I said he's my lover.
He's my lover, yeah. He is my lover, yeah. Cormac McCarthy, I've read most of his books, I'm missing a couple, but The Road is pretty much a book about an unnamed apocalypse, and it's just about a father trying to protect his son, and it won the Pulitzer Prize, and it is considered by many people to be one of, if not the most bleak books ever written. I don't personally think that. I think that people just like to say that. But I think it's a fantastic read, and it makes me like boohoo cry. And
The Road.
Yeah. And it's just very fun because for being this post-apocalypse novel, they never once talk about the apocalypse. You might want to know like the origin, because like that's fun in post-apocalypse media to know how the world fell. They don't talk about it ever. It's just you're kind of thrown into it, and you just watch this beautiful story. It's a quick read too. I recommend it.
I own a copy. I just have never read
We got
it.
like 2 copies of it in here.
Also, real quick, for those who want to read Frost, it's by M.P. Kozlowski. Kozlowski?
MP Kozlowski.
MP's Kozlowski. I haven't read it in a while. I don't know if it still holds up, but I loved it when I read it, so
Let's do this.
go check it. What are we doing?
I'm just checking its Goodreads score. Oh, let's do this. Sorry, I'm just like taking your phone.
No, go ahead. It has 3% left.
Ooh,
Nope.
that's a good score.
What was the score?
3.6 out of 5. That's pretty good.
That's not terrible.
For Goodreads, that's good.
Sam, what's your favorite? Or is it Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit 451.
Gotcha,
For
gotcha.
sure. It might be a basic pick, but
I don't think so.
Not at all.
I read that book for the first time in 8th grade, which I actually have a follow-up story to that. Not related to the book, but I'll get to that.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, I read it for the first time in 8th grade, and I did it for a school project, and I really enjoyed it. And which is weird, because normally when you're reading for school, you don't focus on
Yes.
the book as much, but I loved it.
That's kind of the segue I wanted to talk about is when you read books in school, it feels like everybody fucking hated the book. Do you know what I'm talking about?
For sure. With pretty much anything.
It's like every book we read in class, people hated.
I will say, the story I had following that real quick. In 8th grade, I had a teacher, and I'm not going to name her, but anyways,
say it real quick.
uh,
Oh, okay.
I didn't have her.
well, that was her first year as, I think, a professional teacher.
Yeah.
Like, she did subbing for a while, but she was a very stark person. Like, she was very, get shit done kind of a person. And I remember on the last day of 8th grade, she made a very interesting comment to my class.
Uh-oh.
Where we were making these, we were just doing like a craft because it's the last day of school, and she's like, oh, we're just gonna do a craft. So we were making these like string doll things, basically, like out of yarn. And so we were kind of like braiding it together, and she's like, okay, look like this until you've got a tassel, not the sex toy though.
What?
Whoa. You were in
Hello?
8th grade? That is crazy.
And I remember me and my friend who sat across from each other, we just stared at each other. We're like, what the fuck did she just say?
You said this was 8th grade?
This was 8th
What
grade.
the
That is
fuck?
wild.
That is so inappropriate.
And we're all laughing because like it was funny, but I'm like looking back on it, I'm like, why did you say that to a bunch of 8th graders?
Why did you say that?
That's pretty wild.
That's very inappropriate.
What?
Luckily, she's fired.
Yep, she's gone off the face
I
of
don't know
it.
if that's
I don't know
actually
where
true.
she is.
I am curious. I keep asking like, what's your favorite questions, but that's my favorite type of question to ask. What's the best book you guys did read for class? Or like a personal favorite?
Weird answer to this. No, it's not weird. Lord of the Flies.
Yeah,
I
real.
That one's pretty
really
good.
fucked with Lord of the Flies.
God, what's the one with Lenny and the Rabbits?
Huh?
Holy shit.
Keep explaining.
Oh, I thought that was the title.
No, it's these guys. It's these two guys, and they travel together, and then they get hired by like a farmer, and
Animal
they're-
Farm.
No, it's not Animal Farm. Can I borrow your phone?
What grade?
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year.
Let me see. It'll know it just off of.
You gotta do the phone, like, speed run. I'm at.
Yeah, I got you. Of Mice and Men.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I never
That
read
book
it.
was really good.
Yeah.
To Kill a Mockingbird was also
Yeah,
really
To Kill a
good.
Mockingbird is
To
fantastic.
Cam.
To Cam a Mockingbird.
T-Cam, yeah, everything was.
T-Cam a
was
Mockingbird.
T-Cam. I think, as necessary as it was to read it to understand the hero's journey, I think the most rip my eyes out moment of high school English was reading the Odyssey.
I love the Odyssey.
Well,
I-
the Odyssey was different because it wasn't the Odyssey word for word. I'm pretty
it was
sure.
it was an annotated one.
Yeah.
No, I had to read like the actual Odyssey.
I never read the actual one. I read like segments from
We
it.
read
I
I
will
read
say,
like 10 pages
I
of
only
it.
got like 80% of the way through it because school got shut down.
Yeah. I was gonna say my favorite book that we read in class was The Crucible. Did anyone read The Crucible?
Oh,
I
yeah, we read the
yeah, the
play
Crucible was
version.
really
The
good.
book is metal as fuck.
The movie's actually pretty
The
good.
movie's
too.
awesome.
Yeah, the movie's
Wow.
actually pretty good.
Daniel Day-Lewis actually like intentionally did not brush his teeth for 4 months to have rotted teeth.
Ew.
And the cabin that he lives in that movie, if you don't know Daniel Day-Lewis, I should say, he's like a method actor. He will do whatever it takes to get into that role as much as he can. When they were building the set for that movie, he built his own fucking house. He would show up at 5 in the
God
morning every day
damn.
and start chopping wood to build his own goddamn cabin.
Holy shit. That's impressive.
Yeah, exactly. He's awesome.
I really fuck with the Crucible. This is like a weird one to
I really like that time period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh
agree
man,
with
I'm gonna
everything
reread
you
that. I think.
Sorry, anyway.
I can't remember what it's called, and it's not fiction. The book written by Elie Wiesel.
Oh, Night.
Night. Holy fuck.
That-
Very good book.
It's just so I don't even know the right
It's,
word
like,
for
gut-wrenching.
it. It's just gut wrenching, and it's
It's
just
very hard to read.
It's very hard to read, but it's just such a. I don't even know how to say because like.
It's powerful.
It's very powerful. Yeah, exactly. It's just a good read, just to learn
I like
about all
the prisoner guard's point of view.
that. Yeah.
Sorry, that's
your
not-
favorite part. Elie Wiesel was when they wrote that book. Am I saying that right?
Elie Wiesel.
Wiesel?
Wiesel?
I don't really know.
Wiesel.
We know what we're talking about.
Elie Wiesel.
That book is what, 90 pages?
It's very short.
It's very short.
It's very short. It felt like a long book.
It felt like a very long
When
book.
they turned in that manuscript to the publisher initially, guess how many pages it was? I want to guess.
242.
430.
It was like 900 pages,
God.
which is crazy.
Why is it so short?
I guess
They cut the detail.
they cut. I guess Ellie, I don't know. They went into like incredible detail, and they just cut the fat and just like left it to the punch that it was.
I just realized, should I explain what the book is about? I feel like everyone knows.
I think everyone knows. You could like just do like a quick run.
It's just about his experience
in the
in the
Holocaust,
Holocaust. And it's just,
as a Jewish prisoner of war.
just a very powerful story.
I think there's sequels though, and that's where like the extra pages come in.
Oh, gotcha.
Day, midday, afternoon.
Is that actually what they're
Lunchtime.
called?
Yeah. No. I don't know what they're called.
Lunchtime.
Supper.
Oh man, have you read Supper? That's his best work.
I'm trying to remember the name of the show, but I remember.
Dom threw a bug at me.
God, stop throwing
I'm
bugs.
sorry. There's
like,
just so many
thinking about
bugs.
his
There's so
hair.
many bugs in here.
I remember there was a show, and it was like an older show that I would watch at my grandparents' house when I was little, and it was God, what was that show? It was like black and white, and it was this guy, and he was a police officer, and him and his kid
Popeye.
would go fishing at the start of the show, and it was
Animated?
no, it wasn't animated.
Okay, let me think.
It was
Year?
Well, if it's black and white, it's got to be old.
it was like 50s, 60s.
I'm not gonna know.
Oh man, it's gonna bother me until I figure it out. Anyways, I just thinking about like books. It's kind of like that same nostalgia I think about whenever
Yeah.
I hear like the opening whistle to that show. It was like very. I don't know. That's the thing. I kind of, as I get older, have a better appreciation for older things.
Yeah,
as in, like
I feel
older
you.
shows and movies and books and things like that. Whereas when I was younger, I'd see like black and white and be like,
Yeah,
"Fuck
I'm on like a
me,
binge
dude."
of old media.
I never understood why some people can't watch black and white.
It's the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Makes sense.
Beautiful.
I never heard of it.
It's very good.
He was pretty popular.
It's just when I watch a black and white movie, it's not like I'm watching it in black and white. Like my brain is filling in the colors. Like I never really got it.
I think black and white looks better because you play with contrast differently than you play with a
you
color.
need to be smarter with black and white, and I
Yeah.
think that plays a big role.
I know that in our day and age, a lot of people don't. I know we joke about being illiterate a lot, but we read a lot of stuff. And in our day and age, I feel like a lot of people don't like to read or choose not to. I don't think
Because
that's
they're
like,
on that damn phone.
They're on their damn TikTok. I am too, but I just think that one of my favorite feelings on the planet is just like reading a good book, like sitting down with a good book. It's so comforting.
Okay, what are you, 80?
Well, I almost.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I
What are you,
love
12?
I love reading a book, but I've almost got to the point where I hate finishing one because I'm like, well, it's over now. Like,
Yeah, I get that.
I almost enjoyed the process of reading it than actually
I
reading
totally
a
fucking
book.
get you. There's nothing better than like ending a chapter and being like, oh, now I get to see where the character goes here.
Right.
That's why big books are really intimidating, but like I don't know that you get to spend a lot more
I
time
mean, that's
with
the thing. Like,
character.
the first like big book I ever read was for a 7th grade character analysis project, and I read It.
Oh yeah.
And that was the first Stephen King book I read too.
Yep.
And you know how long that book is, Tom?
2 pages.
I want you to guess how many pages are in It.
732.
Oh, I know.
It's like 1,300.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's ridiculous.
And I read it in a week.
What the-
Respect.
I had 6 days to finish this project, so I was like, I need to read like 256 pages a day. So I just sat down and read it.
How-
That is crazy.
256 pages every day.
How?
I spent like 4 hours a day reading.
God damn, that is insanity.
200 pages sounds like a lot, but it's not that hard to get through 200 pages.
That's a lot of pages.
It is a lot, but once you get in the zone, it's only like...
Sorry, I can't, I don't know how to
Once
read.
you're past the first hour, it's a lot easier. but
Yes.
the first hour is like, God, I hate this. And
Especially when
after
you
that-
just start a book and you haven't even made a dent. It gets easier to read once you get...
Once I was at like page like 800 and I could actually see that I was getting
You could
there,
see
I was
the
like,
end.
Okay, this is fine.
Well, I hate to do this, but we're nearing our quota here. We might want to wrap this up.
Oh, we have reached our quota.
Any last words,
I love
Bugs?
bugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bugs.
Bugs!
My last words are just something I've noticed with Dom. If you notice that you or a loved one might be picking fleas out of your hair and throwing them at your friends, or eating bugs off the ground, stop it.
You just threw like a spider at him.
Or you're just pulling,
Why do you
or if you're just being if you're being fucking weird and gross, see your doctor, man. And until next time, thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the podcast. And
Put your favorite bug in the comment
in
section.
the comments, list your favorite bug.
And why? We want
We want a
200
full-
word.
yes.
No. We want maybe not 200 word, but we want 2 paragraphs of why. they're your
paragraphs of
favorite
why you
bug.
like- yes.
Give us a hats off approach where you tell us why it's your favorite bug, and then give us a hats on approach on like a deeper
MLA
level
format,
why
please.
you resonate with it.
Yes, and MLA format.
Times New Roman 12 point double spaced.
Yes, exactly.
All right, and
We will see you next time.
Peace.